Hey, how's it going there, guys and gals? Welcome back. So we've got an interesting video lined up for you today where we are going to discuss whether or not I would become a motorcycle cop. And today we're going to take it all the way back to basics with me, the GoPro, and the ZH2. And here's a classic intro blast from the past. Let's get right to it. So I wonder if I should do some of those intros with the ZH2, you know. Let me know what you think if you want to see more of those come back again. Because yeah, they used to be so funny editing those. I always used to have fun doing them. But anyway, right, let's jump on the ZH2 and let's go for a ride. Alright. ZH2 is feeling good after her recent oil change. It's really funny, I've never ever thought about this before, but you know, I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of a match made in heaven, isn't it? You know, you're enthusiastic about motorcycles, you love riding motorcycles, so why the hell wouldn't you want to be a motorcycle cop? I mean, obviously if you're kind of police averse to begin with, which I think a lot of us riders are, then maybe that is quite an incentive to not be a motorcycle cop. But yeah, toying with that idea I think is quite funny because it has got to be fun, right? I know there's loads of hoops you have to jump through because you've got to first be a police officer, then you've got to have a motorcycle license, you've got to have loads of experience riding motorcycles, and then they'll let you do your advanced motorcycle training and stuff like that. So I know that it's a bit of a faff actually getting to that stage, and that's probably why you don't see too many motorcycle cops here in the UK. But it's really weird though, because I have been seeing a load of them recently around here in the West Country. I don't know why, but all of a sudden it's been about 10 years since I last saw a motorcycle cop, and then within the last couple of months I've seen them everywhere around here. It's so weird. They must have some kind of initiative or something. The local constabularies, they must be like, right, we need more motorcycle cops. And I suppose in today's video we can kind of discuss the benefits of being a motorcycle cop as well, and how they can help with law enforcement and what have you. I mean, me and the wifey earlier today, we were kind of toying with the idea of, instead of a first responder being an ambulance, why can't you have a first responder motorcycle paramedic, you know? It makes so much sense from a medical point of view, because they'll be able to get to the scene quicker. They should be able to have they should have enough equipment to stabilize the injured person or what have you. I don't know, it's just a cool idea to see just paramedics on motorcycles. I think that'll be so cool. And I'm sure in some countries they actually do have that. It would make a ton of sense. But yeah, and the same thing as well for the fire service. Why not have a motorcycle fireman? I mean, okay, they wouldn't be able to carry like a load of water and a hose pipe. But still, I mean, if it means rescuing people, getting people out of a burning building quickly, then you get a squad of 2 or 3 fire bikers, fire riders. Then that sounds so cool, fire riders. It's gonna be really cool, isn't it? You're gonna get there really quickly, and they're gonna be able to get everyone out of the building really quickly. Because they should be able to carry their uniforms with them. They should be able to carry fire blankets and things like that to help them out, you know? I don't know, it's just an interesting thought, but they don't exist here in the UK. The most you have in terms of medical supplies are the blood bike riders. You see them quite a lot. Well, yeah, they're transporting blood between hospitals, which again, yeah, it's pretty cool, but that's a voluntary job, guys. Voluntary. My wife's dad actually did that for a few years, and he had to pay for all the fuel, and he even had to use his own bike as well, at least for a certain period of time. Yeah, it's kind of mad. Someone who provides such a vital service is a volunteer. I think that's crazy. But there you go. I mean, NHS have been starved of money for a long time now, so it doesn't surprise me. But yeah, being a motorcycle cop, okay. Now, as cool as it would be, I wouldn't like the bikes that they're riding. Because BMW, the cops usually use BMW motorcycles as their bikes. And I'm not much of a fan of BMWs, you know. I know that they're custom made, they're custom built for the police and all that stuff, but I'm not convinced by BMW motorcycles. I don't know. My wife's dad owns a BMW and he's had problems with his, so it's kind of reinforced my skepticism of BMW. But anyway, I digress. I mean, that hasn't really got anything to do with today's video, has it? I mean, the experience of being a motorcycle cop, if you are a motorcycle cop in the UK or abroad, then definitely let us know your experiences down below in the comments. I'm so curious about this. I'd love to know what your experiences are. Is it a good career? Is it interesting? Is it fun? Especially because you can put the blues on and you can blast it quicker than pretty much anyone on any road. But yeah, can you imagine like having a sport bike or something like that as a cop biker? That'd be so sick. Oh my god, what the hell is going on here? Oof. It's a nightmare, that. Alright, well, you can't go anywhere, doesn't mean I can't. Let's go! There we go. I'm in. God, it's mad around here today. Woof. Oh, it's all the roadworks they got on, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, would you guys ever consider being motorcycle cops yourselves as well? I mean, is that something that you've thought about? Honest to God, I've never ever thought about being a motorcycle cop myself, despite, you know, riding for, what, 12 years now, 13 years, something like that. I forget how long I've been riding, because once you get to a certain point, it doesn't really matter. Just enjoy the bikes, you know? Let's do some more filtering here, because I'm getting fed up with this. Woo! Yeah, I suppose that's the biggest problem, isn't it? Is that I'd want to be riding my ZH2 or something like that, or the ZZR as a motorcycle cop. That'd be so cool. Just riding around with like this badass motorcycle, and you got your blues on and that. Oh, that'd be so cool, so cool. Oof, dearie me. Oh. That could have ended badly, and I was undoing my jacket just then as well, so I wasn't actually, you know, ready to go. But if I was ready to go, like I normally would have been, damn, that could have ended so badly. It was a green light, for God's sake. What were they doing? This happened to me recently as well. It's like people just ignore red lights now. Ugh. Anyway, so motorcycle cops, I mean, I think the biggest issue with it would be the job itself. Now, I bet you that getting in the squad cars, turn your blues on, blasting it down the roads is probably a police officer's favourite part of the job. But then everything else, the paperwork, risking your life every day, and not to mention all the bureaucracy and the corrupt practices that are in the police. Well, I mean, you might not believe me in that, but I have it from a very reliable source, i.e. my dad, who is an ex-police officer himself, and he has loads of stories about the corruption of the police and how bad it is as an institution, despite, you know, the job that they're supposed to be doing is supposed to be virtuous and to protect people and things like that. Well, it kind of puts a lot of that into question, but that is not what today's video is about. But it is something to consider, because I wouldn't want to get involved in any of that nonsense, you know, any of that bullshit I don't want to be a part of. And I think that ruins the idea of becoming a police officer, end of, for me. Despite incentives despite being a motorcycle cop. Yeah, I don't think it's for me. Being a cop isn't for me. I couldn't do it, and I wouldn't enjoy it, despite being able to ride a motorcycle almost like as a career. I prefer doing this. I prefer riding motorcycles and being a motorcycle journalist, I think, a motorcycle influencer. I prefer doing that because I get to ride the bikes that I want to ride them almost how I want to ride them, within reason. And I get to talk to you guys. So, yeah, doing this is absolutely awesome. And I mean, if you guys are interested in motorcycles, if you're an enthusiast, then you should share that enthusiasm. That's what this project is all about for me, is sharing my enthusiasm for motorcycles with the world. And I absolutely love it. It's so fun. It's a really good excuse to get on your bikes, you know? And it's a good excuse to get new motorcycles without the wifey getting mad. Anyway, guys and gals, the GoPro is going to start struggling soon because it's getting dusky and GoPros are never that good in low light conditions. So I'm going to end the video here. Thank you ever so much for watching. And again, like I mentioned earlier, let us know your thoughts on being a motorcycle cop. Is it something you've ever considered doing? Is it something that you are thinking about doing? Are you doing it right now? And let us know your experiences. But anyway, yeah, thank you again for watching. Leave a like, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you all in the next video. I just love the way how they've got these on the walls now in supermarkets. It's so sad.